Hello, assembled members of the U.S. Congress, the DoD, Mr. President and his cabinet. I am Dr. Lambert, PhD in theoretical physics and head of highly experimental weapons and technologies here at Ultratech. We here at Ultratech believe in the future, a future of bright possibilities, a future of opportunity and prosperity, an American future. In these difficult times, that means listening to your elected officials of this country and the hand-picked advisors to the President. We learned a lot from questioning the many experienced generals, politicians, and executives, as well as intensive market research. We took that data and sought to create a new, innovative weapon system that filled the role of a WMD for both a politically and socially conscientious military force. What we discovered was surprising. Amongst the other data points, we pinpointed the main cause of unrest when employing the use of conventional WMDs. According to many, the main concern about the use of conventional nuclear, radiological, biological, or chemical weapon systems wasn't an ethical crisis. Instead, people feared the possibility of spillover effects. In short, people were more concerned with their possible safety implications for themselves and their loved ones than they were for the welfare of others. With this in mind, we set about developing a weapon system that had the same area of effect as a conventional WMD, which would avoid typical after effects such as radioactive fallout, chemical poisoning, or biological side effects. Even damage to the local infrastructure was taken into account. Wouldn't want to accidentally destroy the local Blockbuster and disrupt everyone's video rentals after all. This, of course, caused a lot of problems from a design standpoint. We had to completely start from the ground up when designing new weapon solutions, but luckily for us, a new emergent section of the population provided the answer. I'm sure you know what it is. Many thanks to Congress for passing the Berman Act that freed up those resources for the scientific community. Thanks to that sea change and extensive government funding, we're able to develop a new met the demands of both the public and the military. We present to you the Suspended Cortex Radio-Emitting Artificial Manipulation Enhancement Relay, or SCREAMER weapon system. The Screamer is an entirely new form of weapon. Therefore, the enemies of the United States will be entirely unprepared for this form of attack. The Screamer constitutes a powerful but relatively inexpensive radio broadcasting relay wired to a subject obtained through the Berman Act. Screamer attacked via the unique properties of the human subject. The pulse will directly target the cortical activity of any thinking creature within the radius. The weapon will not, in most cases, kill the target directly, but the ensuing maladaptive neural activity will result in self-termination roughly 92% of the time. This, you may realize, is greater than the kill rate of any conventional WMD, including nuclear weapons. Furthermore, Screamer poses no threat to infrastructure, thus ensuring that there is no physical damage and leaving a target with all its resources completely intact and ready for military occupation. The projected lack of collateral damage is tested extremely well amongst key demographics we surveyed. But perhaps the most important to those elected officials amongst you, as an entirely new form of weapon system, Screamer is not at all regulated by those pesky international arms treaties. Even the Geneva Convention fails to take this cutting-edge brand of target neutralization into account. So we here at Ultratech suggest that you strike while the iron is hot, as it were. Our great nation cannot afford not to acquire this weapon system, and soon. Thank you for your time, and God bless America. Key demographics.
What do you mean by key demographics anyway?
There's us, there's them. There's us, there's them.
Oh, okay.
The chattel?
Oh.
You know, we have robots to do their jobs these days.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Wouldn't want to accidentally destroy your local Blockbuster, disrupt everyone's video rentals after all.
Did we buy Blockbuster?
Of course. Screamer emits an electromagnetic-based attack via the unique properties of the human subject. The pulse will directly target the cortical activity of any thinking creature within the radius.
What do you mean any thinking creature in that case?
Basically all vertebrates.
Oh, okay.